Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in my juniper, which I'm styling as a African style like acacia tree. It's probably not the best tree in the world to use for this, but it was just a kind of an ugly looking tree basically, but I decided if I made it into an African style acacia kind of tree, it might work. As you can see, it's full of weed again, so we'll give it a bit of weed. Our grasses are starting to grow again, and I just need to prune back the tree a little bit, maybe make a few adjustments to it. I'm thinking of taking off this whole branch here. It's starting to get a bit wide, maybe bring it in slightly. Okay, so the first thing we will look at maybe is doing a bit of weeding. This Irish moss has filled it, although maybe I'm best to do the weeding afterwards, because I'm going to trim all this. It's going to be dropping on here anyway, so I may as well work on the tree first, then we'll work on the landscape. So I'll move my giraffe out for now. Yeah, so my plan is for this branch here, it's going straight out here and then it splits into three here. I'm thinking if I was to get rid of that one completely, I don't think there's need for it. So I'm going to take that one back, like that. Just opens up a bit, and I'm also thinking, do I need two of these? I'll take off this one first, we'll just have a look. I don't think I need that one either. I think we can get rid of that one. Right back. So I'll just take this one right back as well. Yeah, it just looks a little bit, it was just sticking a little bit too much there, a bit heavy. So what I'm going to do, there's a few branches kind of getting a bit long and wispy again. And there's a few bits growing out the crotches and stuff of the branches, so we'll prune them out. All these long wispy bits that are going down, we'll take off, try and get everything kind of facing upwards, like the giraffe is keeping it cleared. Reduce some of these branches off, like this. Just come in and take them off like that. So all the growth is on the top. So I'm going to do it like that. And then I'll just go crazy again. Okay, so dog barks every time next door neighbour's dog comes out. I think they'll be used to each other by now. He starts going crazy, tearing up and down the garden. So I'm just going to thin it out a bit, take off anything growing down, take it back a bit where I can, and I'll go over the whole tree, and then we'll come back then and have a look at that, because it's going to take a while, and I'm sure you don't need to watch me do all that. Yeah, just if I see anything that I'm going to change, I'll come back, but other than that I'll just work on the tree for a little while and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so I think I've got the tree more or less thinned out. It's just a kind of, you just got to keep working on it, thin it out bit by bit. You don't want to take too much off. I've taken out a fair bit, as you can see there. So it doesn't look at the moment, but just keep it pruned back regularly enough that it doesn't go all wispy on you. So the next thing to do is to start looking at these weeds and stuff. Now, with it being a penching, I might, for the sake of, for now, leave some of the weeds as basically as little bushes and stuff, and leaving a few for now won't harm, I would say. Just keep my eye on it, don't go too crazy. We'll get rid of this liverwort here. This grass was just a kind of browny grass that I bought in a little pot. I just broke it up and I've spread it out. It doesn't really go green, it goes a little bit green when it's growing, but it kind of stays brown, which I kind of wanted for the kind of African looking kind of a thing. It always looks like it's dead. So you can send out some new fresh shoots and then it kind of goes brown again. But that's kind of what I wanted, so a lot of liverwort on the back here. Scrape off. Yeah, when I had this tree, I'm going to just put it out in my garden because it was kind of an ugly tree. All the growth was at the end of it and at the end of the branches, and sometimes it's best to let the tree tell you what it wants to do, and this one was definitely one of them. It just looked, because of the way it was like you couldn't do really much with it. And then I thought if I trimmed it back a bit, took out some of the branches, just gave it that little bit of a African Serengeti looking tree. So that's what I did. Hopefully one day it'll get better. Scrape him back a bit. Just get rid of all the top layer with the weeds. There's a little weed here. Not sure what it is, but it seems to be staying small, so I might leave that one. Definitely get rid of this Irish moss around the trunk. Seems to like grown well in the sand. Okay, so I'll just keep weeding it and then I'll come back down when it's all weeded and we'll have a look at it then. Okay, so we've got the bulk of the weeds out now. There's little bits of star mass still in it here and there, so we'll take that one out. But I don't actually mind it because this looks its best, this planting looks its best when the bit of the star moss or Irish moss just starts to poke through. They're like little cactusy looking, spiky little plants, which kind of gives it more of an authentic look. So I don't mind a couple here and there. I've left some around the rock there, I don't know if you can see it. Just in around the edge of the rock, just to give it a little bit of, you can see it in there. If you just leave a little bit around the rock, just looks a little bit more natural, I think anyway, than just having the rock sitting there. Now, the last time I did this, I didn't have any red sand, I only had white sand, so we had to put akadama on top. So this time what I did was I sieved some akadama and I had some white clay sand, so I mixed the two together, the dust from the akadama and the clay sand, just to give it more of a ready look. And this is the akadama now, Probably doesn't show as red as it does with a little bit of sand in it, and this then has a lot more sand in. Dry, it's kind of not as dark obviously, so when it's wet it'll probably come up quite red. Okay, so like that rock there, leaving that kind of a path through there. This way, like I said, we'll just leave it for now. We'll keep an eye on it, just pull it out when it gets too big. So now we just need to put our sand around. Oh, what I do want to do first actually is just give the trunk a bit of a scrub, and there's a bit of moss on it. So, like I said, if you get a tree, you have a look at a tree and you don't like it, it's like with this Chinese elm I had, it was an ugly tree. It's been air layered, I had it and I air layered it, the top off. But I left it for a while, just kept looking at it, and then I was going to put it in the ground as well, but then I was looking at it every now and again. I spotted a way of turning it, which angled it, which made it look a lot better. And the same with this tree. It's an ugly tree, but I think it's starting to come on now, looking quite good. May one day decide to wire it more, put more wire on it again, and just wire it down so it's a bit more flat topped and rounded on the top. See, it's just a little bit round, but it's not too bad. You could maybe bring a couple of these branches down just slightly, but we'll leave it for now. Okay, so sand, put the sand in. So little bits of the akadama in it, very fine almost, but okay. And like I said, it starts to look its best when some of the star moss or Irish moss starts to poke through here and there. It really starts to make it look like it's got some little cactusy looking kind of what you'd imagine growing tough grass out there in the Serengeti or wherever it is. Hoping this reddish soil will look a little better than the brown mud looking soil. I've kind of picked stones which kind of look a bit dried out and browny looking. They're kind of a reddy, yellowy tinge to them. Spread this around the whole lot. So you water it, should level it out. It should be okay, and it will let a bit of the stones and the grasses and the weeds and stuff poke through a little bit. Okay, so that's it now with that sand on. Could possibly put something darker the less white sand in around the tree. Looks like it's a bit redder, maybe down the path there. Okay, so the giraffe still reaches lower branches. So what I'll do is I'll just give that a little water in. I'm going to have a look. It's probably going to come out pretty dark red, but we'll have a look at it. I'll just take it out and give it a water and bring it back in. Okay, so that's it finished. Just another little bit of a trimming and a bit of a clean up, bit of a weeding. And like I said, in the future we might do a bit of work on wiring some of these branches, but for now I think it's looking okay, so we'll leave it as is. I have somewhere, don't know where, yeah, I did have, okay, next time. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave it at that for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that kind of stuff, so that you get to keep up with these videos, keep up with the trees, see how they're getting on. And we'll put this one back out on the bench, and we'll call it done. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.